Morning, folks. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I just want to come on here and speak about setting the tone. Setting the tone. If you having a bad day, you have the power to make your day a little greater. Yes, you have the power in making your day a little better. Start off with your mind. Control the tone in your body. Control the tone in your mind. If you're having a bad day, transform that day mentally. You know, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Tell yourself you're going to have a good day. Set the tone so when you go out in this society, you're giving good vibes, you're giving good energy. And that's how you transform your mind. That's exactly how you transform your mind. You know, today's a beautiful day. It's snowing, we got a little snow on the ground, but it's nice and warm, you know? And just waking up in the morning. Be thankful. Be thankful for everything you have. Even if you feel that things aren't going right with you, be thankful. Be thankful for what God didn't give you instead of what God gave you. You can be thankful for what God gave you as well, but thank God for what He didn't give you. Because everything out here can be a curse as well. Satan can bless you just as well as God can bless you. Remember that. You know, we want all these things. We want these things. But the Bible says that God gave Satan the power to rule this world. So everything that we say we want, oh, we want this, we want that. These are the things of a demonic world, you know? Not the things, it's how you achieve these things, is how your mindset is when you receive these things. Is receiving these things in a godly way? Are we doing what God asks us to do? And a lot of people, they like to say, oh, I'm godly, this, that, and the third. But are you doing what God tells you to do? Are you being kind to your neighbor? Think about it. Are you? Do you think that you're greater than the next person? Do you think that the world revolves around you? That's something that we need to think about. You know, the Bible says, seek the kingdom first, and all other things shall be added to you. Most of us, we think that money solves everything, even in the spiritual realm. Money does not solve everything. We have to work on our spirit. Are you working on your spirit? If not, I think that you should do so. We got to start living in a godly way because the end is here. The end is near. That's right, the end is near. Are we asking God for forgiveness? Are we asking God for protection of He that runs the world? He that runs the world. What is a He? It's a man. God gave Satan the power to run this world. So when you think that the devil is some type of horny figure, a red devil that roams around waiting to devour someone. We're talking about a man. We're not talking about some type of devil. He that runs the world. So that's what we have to remember. Have you given thanks? It's just something to think about, people. We have to get on our spiritual way of thinking. We have to understand what God requires of us in order to make it to the kingdom of heaven. That's right. Because God requires something of you. He requires something of you. What you want to do about it? Or you want to learn what He requires of you? Or you just want to sit back and live your life like the days of Noah? In the days of Noah, when they was building the ark, people was laughing at him. Oh, you fool. You fool. This, that, and the third. But when that flood came, what did the people do? So we need to get on our A game, folks. Start thinking spiritual. Being the best version of ourselves. Loving our neighbor. These things are very important. Look at life in a different light. That's right. Have you told your loved one you love them today? Have you told anyone, is there anything I can do for you? Have you extended yourself out to someone that may need you, that may needs to hear a good word? Do you ever think that way? I think we should be more of that type of people to receive good things coming into us. Because what we put out in the atmosphere, we're going to get back. You put out good vibes, you're going to get good vibes back. So I think that's a very important thing that we need to incorporate in our lives.
All those geese and everything.
Yeah.
Only thing is the bird shit. She leaves the car out. That bird shit. Do
Right.
jump on it. I told him, go to the freaking car wash. Whether it gets better, I'm going to try to do it myself again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
So how you been feeling besides all that?
You know, I feel, people think I should feel bad, but I feel pretty good.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah, and you know, I don't even think about this.
Right. I mean, look at it. We woke up in the morning. We still have breath in our lungs.
Yeah.
You know, people always think about, hey, you know what I mean? Get all depressed of what we don't have. You know, we need to be more thankful of what we do have, you know?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
just being appreciative, it takes you a long way, man. You know, it gives you more, you appreciate the aspects of life in itself, you know?
Your life will be better if you think that way.
Right, exactly.
You'll live longer if you want to.
That's it.
You know, but I think my parents, let's just say immigrant refugees.
Right.
They had nothing.
Right.
And they had to deal with nothing. I mean, you know, I was born My father lived in the back of a butcher that he was working for.
Right.
That's where I was born.
Yeah.
And I think about those stories. They told me they knew him when he didn't speak English. I never knew them when they didn't speak English.
Right.
That's how they met. So I think about that, and I said, what the hell could I be worried about?
Right. I mean, you have a roof over your head. You have food in your belly.
That's
You know.
That's exactly.
I mean, you have breath in your lungs.
That's exactly what you got.
You know, even though you have this situation, you still mobile. You can still move around.
Adapt and overcome, man.
Exactly.
And that's what they did. That's what I'm gonna do. And how many other people got to do that?
Exactly. And what kind of work you did?
Oh well, I went to college.
You was a scientist, right?
I was. How did you know that?
But because we spoke.
All right.
You don't remember me and Dallas?
Familiar.
Yeah.
You think, you know,
Paul,
that's
Paul.
part of my that's part of my disease.
Yeah.
Okay, it messes with my mind because the toxins in my blood don't get filtered out.
Exactly.
All right, but what you just said, I don't even think of that crap.
Yeah, you had a good career,
I did.
you know, to be able to take care of you and your family.
I did. You're right.
So if you look at it, you were blessed.
I was, and then you
And
think
you're
about,
still blessed to this day.
Yeah, and I think about where I came from. I didn't even know we were poor.
Right.
I'm telling you. See,
Because even though, you know, we may be poor, some of us, our mind is still rich. You see what I'm saying? To the point where we don't even know it.
That's truth. That
You
is
know?
just bare-faced truth. And you know, that's what I just got a friend. He called me when I was in dialysis. His wife was dying.
Mm-hmm.
He called me. I'm losing her. I'm trying to talk to him
Yeah.
about he should be in a good place in his mind. Just how I know it's never going to be. It's like me losing my leg.
Right.
But eventually, he's going to have that happy place with her.
Yeah.
30-something years, and I said, you got to exist for your kids. You know, you got
That's
kids.
it.
You're going to have grandkids. This is what I'm doing. Myself. I don't even care. I'm enjoying my grandkids, my children.
You're here.
Yeah, you got it.
That's the greatest joy of it all. You know?
Yes.
And we got to stop being selfish as well. We got to stop only thinking about us. We have other people out there that loves us. We have to think about that. We have to take that into consideration as well, where we're going through this journey of trying to fight for our lives and trying to stay healthy enough to be here for another day.
You know, that's what makes you rich.
That's it. You got to be rich in your spirit. You know?
Yeah. I always wonder about my parents. Now, they didn't have any real education.
Right.
My father, 3rd grade, and he had to learn English.
Yeah.
And he became fairly wealthy. He became a builder because we farmed, and farming in New Jersey went to hell.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
nobody cared about that. They had farm aid for the other ones, but you know, we didn't even think about that.
Right.
So he went to work as a mason helper. You know, the guy who bricks.
Yeah, with the bricks.
And he said, I could do this. And he scraped some money together. He built a house. Then he
Yeah.
built another one. And, you
And
know,
then he just expanded.
but he gave his money away.
Yeah.
Oh, he's wealthy. I said, you know what? He gives his money away. So when he died, they thought I would inherit millions of dollars. No.
Yeah.
He told me what I was going to get. And there was nothing even close to it. It didn't matter because he made me self-reliant. He, to this day, I remember, if we walked past it like a bum,
Yeah.
he would put like $5, $10 in his hat. And I said, what did you give him that much? He says, some people just don't get the breaks.
Right. And at that point, you didn't understand.
They're right.
But now he was implanting seeds in your mind.
Yeah.
And then you didn't get it, but now you appreciate the value of what your father was showing you.
It was only money.
Right?
He had what he wanted. He was doing for his family.
Yeah.
And the rest,
That's it.
and I got it. like you said, planting seeds.
Right.
And maybe he helped the guy have a meal for the day or whatever.
Right. You never know. He probably, that act of kindness could have saved that person's life.
For
You
that
never
day.
know what people go through. Just a little, we got to understand, little acts of kindness can actually save someone's life, because their mentality, they could have been in the mind frame like, oh my God, I just given up, put my hands up, and then he showed that act of kindness that reboosts his his strive for living again, man. Like, you never know.
And you know what? I kept doing, and I keep thinking to him about everything.
Yeah.
Everything. He never. There were people he hated naturally that treated him bad, but he never, like he told me, don't blame the son for the father's sins.
Exactly.
And I tell you, he was rough, but I'm going to tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you say, those acts of kindness stuff, and I do that to this day.
Right.
Like this guy called me for a reason, because I helped him career-wise.
Yeah.
And there's another guy from Nigeria. Nobody wanted to give him a job. He gave me his resume.
Yeah.
He's doing little tiddly. I said, damn, we would be doing a master's degree to get what you got.
Yeah.
I hired him. He was my right-hand man, and never forgot it. And I go, you helped me.
Yeah.
I'm going to him.
And you changed his life.
I did. Now he is a manager. Before, he wouldn't get. I mean, my boss used to ask me, can he speak English? I said, he's educated in England.
Right.
And then he's looking at me. I said, are you kidding me? This guy's willing to work for nothing.
Right.
I gave him experience.
Just to get that shot.
And he tells me that. His family said and I says, that's my enrichment.
Right.
And he wanted me to go to Nigeria to help them,
Mm-hmm.
with solid dose,
Yeah.
Never happened, because I went down to Washington, D.C. I met with the higher,
Yeah.
couldn't believe it, because he was working for their FDA.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat with this guy. I'm telling you, my wife and I were there were 3 white people, too.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe that I was in the presence of the hierarchy of this country.
Of this country, yeah.
And I was going to go, and then they had a terrorist attack where I was going to be, so that was the end of that. And then it got bad.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because he is a Igbo.
Yeah.
He was
from
Christian.
Igbo. Yeah.
And Biafra, I remember when he came in, I didn't know anything about it, but I was talking about Biafra, Dick Tiger, because I used to be a fighter, and I love fighting. So he was the light heavyweight champ.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't even tell me he was Evo.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I like where, Dick Tiger.
Right.
And I knew about the war, but I didn't know that was him.
Yeah. Hey, man, you never know who you may be in the presence of.
Oh, man. You're right. And there was a PhD chemist that I was talking to, also with him.
Right.
Was a boy soldier in that war. And now he's a PhD chemist.
Wow.
Now you tell me that you never know where you're going to find brilliance. I did that too with a woman in Camden. She was rough. But you look at her eyes, so you could see brightness.
Yeah.
And I protected her because they wanted me to fire her. I said, how come you just hired me telling me to fire her? You fire her.
Right. Don't get me to do your dirty work.
And so then I said, well, I didn't say it like that, but I said, let me decide, okay?
Right.
She works for me, let me decide. I saw that. I put her to work. She saved them so much money.
Yeah.
Because she had an eye. She was smart. And I said, you just didn't get the breaks.
Right.
Again, my old man in my head. And I tell people.
Hey, that's how people live on and on and on. About the message that they sow in others' head. You see what I'm saying? Like your father probably was long gone, but it's his principles that still went on and on and on in your mind. You see? And that's how he lives on.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm talking too much about myself, but
Yeah.
the other thing is you got to know where you came from.
Right.
Now, when you're at the bottom,
Yeah.
people don't know. We're looking at other people at the bottom.
Right.
we might have been able to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was hard with an accent and all that. I remember people mistreating him, but other people may not get that chance for other reasons.
Absolutely.
And I'm so happy.
Yeah. Wouldn't trade it for the world.
It doesn't matter money.
Yeah.
That woman from Camden cried. She was hard.
Mm-hmm.
After I had to break up a fight, they said, you should fire her for that. I said, just calm down.
Right.
Just calm down, everybody. I had to break it up. She was so strong, she threw me off. I was not a weak guy.
Yeah.
Like I said, I used to fight. I used to like to wrestle, too.
Yeah.
And I said, how did this woman throw me off before?
Mm-hmm.
You know? I'm just telling you. Yeah, she was rough. Yeah, she was... Yeah. She had 4 kids out of wedlock.
Yeah.
But she worked, and she was so smart. And I said, you don't realize you could be a CEO of a company.
Yeah.
You find people, and there's people that look at you, oh, well, look where you come from.
Yeah.
Well, I
They
ain't
judge
trash.
you. Yeah.
These people are not trash. When you're down with them, you know who's good and who's bad.
Right.
You know what bad looks like.
Right.
And you
Exactly.
know what good looks like.
Absolutely.
And what you're saying, I agree 1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what makes you wealthy.
That's
Not
it.
money. I mean, money's good, but
Yeah.
what
It's
do
a tool, but at the end of the day, it's not the hero or be all.
and it's what God gave you this gift.
Mm-hmm.
They gave you a gift so that you can help others.
That's it.
That's it, right there. Yeah, that's what you're talking about there.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Let me ask you something. Throughout your whole life, if you could change one thing, what would it be?
The only thing, and I don't know if I change it, because of the station in life, very physical, beatings and stuff like that.
Right.
I didn't do that to my kids.
Right.
But it happened to me, but I understand it as I'm older.
Yeah.
And I understand why that's why I like to fight.
Yeah.
I was used to the physical pain.
Right.
I mean, they would hit me with a belt, I would cry, and he hit me even worse. He said, you ain't crying.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just desensitized to it.
Right.
Maybe that, but you know what? That made me what I am.
Absolutely.
Made me a fighter, number one.
Yeah.
When you're in the ring or on the mat, you're not thinking about pain, I want to quit. It's
You
a
want to
pain
win.
game.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got hit a lot. I mean, the same guy that discovered Mike Tyson looked at me at a younger age.
Oh, okay.
And he looked at me and says, kid, find something else to do. Because I
Yeah.
got hit, I didn't care. You can hit me all you want as long as I can get to you.
Oh, so you knew the guy that discovered Mike Tyson?
Yeah, well, he can't, he's always looking for fighters.
Yeah.
So he came and he saw, a few of us.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to me, find something else to do. Because I was getting hit in the head too much.
Yeah, what was his name again? I forgot. I started with the C. Customato. Yeah.
Customato.
Customato was tough.
He had a few people. Well, he had Floyd, what's his name?
Mayweather?
No, not Mayweather.
No.
Floyd Patterson.
Floyd Patterson?
Yeah, he was a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
But he treated him like. And Floyd Patterson was a guy with a lot of mental problems. People don't
Yeah.
realize that. And he took this kid, and he ended up being a pretty good fighter. He won the gold medal.
Yeah.
At
Big
middleweight.
accomplishment.
Yeah, all he wanted as light heavy.
Yeah.
And we all know that.
How that turned out.
Yeah, I'm showing my age.
Yeah.
And oh man, Joe Frazier won as a heavyweight.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how they all came together because they were all ended up heavyweights.
Right. Yeah.
When they fought each other. Oh well, Floyd was an overstuffed middleweight, so yeah, and he hurt his back, but he didn't give up. Ali was just hammering on him. And when you hurt your back, man, that's bad.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, it's the pain game. If you're going to give up, don't get in it. But he told me I won't have any brains left if I kept fighting the way I did. I love Joe Frazier.
Yeah.
Loved him. When I met him, only thing I could tell you, he was a great guy, just like what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
And but I know it was hard for me to see him turn it on.
Yeah.
I just couldn't see it.
Oh, because of how nice he were.
Oh my God, it really.
But he was brutal in the ring, huh?
And he got brutalized.
Yeah.
George Foreman killed him.
Oh,
twice.
man. Just imagine taking one of George. I know
Oh.
George Foreman's hand was about.
Oh, it was like a basketball or something.
Yeah, imagine being hit by George Foreman.
He clubbed you, man. You know, when they saw him work on the heavy bag, when Ali saw him work on the heavy, his wife was scared to death. His wife at the time. And when he was in the ring, he was beating the hell out of Ali. And Ali just withstood it. You know, I mean, they said there were some punches that made you sick in the audience because he would get to the body. And then he saw his opportunity, and he was fresh. I think it was in the 8th round.
Yeah.
Came off the ropes. George was beat to death from beating him.
Wow.
Right? George wasn't knocked out. He was so beat he couldn't beat the count. Tried. That was the end of that. And it was just amazing because they said, you're talking about getting hit.
Right.
He was letting him hit him.
Yeah.
Ali was letting him hit him.
Just to show him I could take it. Like, you ain't hurt nothing over here.
And he got through, and they said he hit him with some body shots that would have killed. I mean, you could hear the air going out.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, George Foreman we're talking about.
Yeah.
He could have slaughtered almost anybody else. Rocky Marciano, you could talk all the nonsense you want. George Foreman would have knocked Rocky Marciano out. And Sonny Liston, Sonny was rough.
Yeah. George was that guy.
And who beats him? A guy that's not his physical equal.
Right.
Well, a guy who could take it on. And again, the pain game.
Ali,
the pain game. He took the pain, and then when it was his opportunity, and he really didn't even knock the guy out. The guy he was knocked down.
Ali will let you get him, and then he'll let you tire yourself out. And once he figured out you're tired, he's going to give you.
And that's what he did. And some guys, he figured it out right away.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2 rounds.
Because, you know, with Ali, you want to come in giving your all, you know.
Oh, yeah. Mike Tyson would not have beaten him.
Right.
I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah, because Ali, he was strategic in this format of fighting. You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
Like he was almost a scientist when it came to fighting.
He was a scientist.
Yeah.
It was all from him. He didn't learn that.
Right. It was embedded in him.
When he tells people, they say, you shouldn't fight for him. I'm going to fight for him.
Yeah.
But he knew what he was going to do.
Exactly, because he studied them.
He was a student of the game.
Yes.
And Tyson was too, thanks to Customano.
For sure.
But it tells you something about Joe Frazier, who was able to get into him.
Right.
And hit him. I mean, those were wars.
Yeah.
And that last one, they both won. Ali wanted to give up. They said, just go in there again. And they didn't know Frazier was blind for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, his eyes were pretty much closed, and he was getting hammered. And that's why Yancey Durham threw in the towel.
Right.
And he said, I've seen too many guys get killed in the ring.
Yeah.
He said that wasn't, and he was furious. They're saying, man, you got him. And then Yancey threw in the towel.
Hey, man, that was a good time to live through, huh?
I know that if I would have continued fighting, I probably would be brain dead or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, Rocky Marciano for the most part was. Because he took it. But there is no way when they said Marciano would have beat Cash, at that time, Cassius Clay.
Right.
But Ali, no. I'm sorry. He beat a 41-year-old man, Jersey Joe Walcott.
Yeah.
And then he beat a guy that had the beginnings of, what should we call it? Muscle disease.
Yeah.
All right, come on, man. That ain't Ali.
All right, man, I'll speak with you. I'll see you inside.
All right.
All right. All right, take care.
Always a pleasure, man.
No doubt about it.
Someone who knows the sweet science.
Yes, sir. Yes, 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 people. Morning. How you doing? Hello. How you doing? Good morning. Yes, yes. Good. How you doing? Good. And just like that, people, you never know who you were running into. You never know people's experiences. You never know what you can learn from people by just having a conversation, by just saying hello, by just saying good morning. Your spirit is what makes you who you are. Your spirit makes your life, your light shine. So this is just something, food for thought. Your spirit is everything. It's how people gravitate to you. It's your spirit is how people connect with you. Shine your light, people. Make your light be glorified with the spirit that you have. And give God all the praise and all the glory for what you have and for what you don't have. The situations that He didn't put you in. So, this is my message for you today, folks. Again, one love, peace, and blessings. Give God the glory, the praise. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.